Battle through the firmament. Grand world. Chapter 323. Detailed information. Xiaoyan, who was fully focused on controlling the monic flame merger, heard Mahiyu's voice. The tension in his heart suddenly relaxed. If Mahiyu insisted on not admitting defeat, once this Buddha Fury Fire Lotus was formed, even he would not be able to control it. If Mahiyu was injured, he really would not know how to explain it to the academy. As he thought about it, Xiaoyan held his breath and concentrated. Under the powerful soul force, the two flames that came into contact with each other slowly dispersed. That shocking aura that caused one's scalp to feel numb also quietly dissipated. Xiaoyan carefully separated the two flames. His forehead was also covered with a layer of sweat. Compared to fusing with the Buddha Fury Fire Lotus, separating the two monic flames that were about to merge together was the most exhausting thing. Swoosh! Mahiyu leaped a couple of times and arrived in front of Xiaoyan. She looked at the latter. Mahiyu could not help but be speechless when she saw him. Her pretty face was filled with disbelief. How did that move earlier have such great power? Even the monic arts couldn't possibly have that kind of imposing manner. Xiaoyan smiled bitterly and shook his head when he heard that. What level of power had the Buddha Fury Fire Lotus reached? He was confused, so he naturally couldn't explain it clearly to Mahiyu. Phew! His strength had also rapidly dropped. The weakness that came from his body caused Xiaoyan to involuntarily suck in a breath of cold air. All the meridians in his body seemed to have been roasted intensely, and the consumption of the origin monic ki was even more severe. Xiaoyan's face was pale. He pulled the blue flame ruler from the ground and kept it into his storage ring. He forced his weak body to sit on a huge rock. He took out a medicine pill and swallowed it, temporarily suppressing the discomfort in his body. After watching Xiaoyan do all of this, Mahiyu smiled and shook her head. She came in front of Xiaoyan and glanced at him. She pursed her lips and smiled. If I had known earlier that it would be so unbearable, why would I still use the secret technique? Xiaoyan smiled bitterly and took a deep breath. He looked at Mahiyu with a touch of excitement. I will have to trouble Senior to tell me the details of the illusory spirit space. Mahiyu nodded and sorted out her thoughts. Illusory spirit space is the common place of cultivation for the four big academies. The Yunlo Academy only has 15 days in a year. I have gone in twice, and brother has already gone in 5 or 6 times. The biggest difference between illusory spirit space and illusory spirit realm is that after entering, everyone will be randomly sent to a place. They will have to face any danger alone. Of course, if they are lucky, they might be able to meet other people. If they work together, it will be much easier. There are many demons in the illusory spirit space that are transformed from Origin Kiss, and their strengths are different. After defeating them, we will be able to obtain the origin beads in their bodies. At that time, we just need to refine them. Of course, the strength of those monsters was extremely formidable. Without special means, they would not be able to harm him in the slightest. Moreover, most of them had intelligence, and killing them is quite difficult. Xiaoyan could not help but laugh bitterly when he heard this. He understood what was going on. If it was really so easy to kill, the strength of the students who entered should have soared, and they would not need to spend so much effort to train. You will naturally know about these things when you enter. I'm only giving you a reminder in advance. Mahiyu pondered for a moment and looked at Xiaoyan. Her expression became a little heavy. What I want to say next is what my brother felt in illusory spirit space and some things that the elder mentioned to him. After a pause, Mahiyu softly said, it is said that this illusory spirit space was a battlefield in ancient times. There were several major battles that broke out in this place. That is why there were countless experts who died in it. Most of those demons had died after those experts had died. Due to a series of strange changes, the origin kiss that had yet to dissipate within their bodies had transformed. In essence, we killed those monsters. Seizing the origin beads in their bodies is the same as seizing the origin kiss in the bodies of those dead people. You don't have to worry. After the war, Those experts will use the grand formation to completely purify the entire illusory spirit space. Therefore, absorbing the origin key won't cause any harm to your body. Mahiyu pursed her lips and smiled when she saw Xiaoyan frowning slightly. Xiaoyan smiled, and his heart eased up. No matter what, when he thought of absorbing the corpse's body, he thought of it. No one would feel good about the origin monic key. This is not the main point. After those experts died, many treasures on their bodies were scattered within. There is no harm in having some shocking secret treasures. Although they have been plundered for a long period of time, no one can say for sure what kind of great opportunity they will encounter. Mahiyu gently smiled. Her words were filled with enticement, causing Xiaoyan's heart to be moved when he heard it. Those who were able to participate in the spatial battle during the ancient times were those who were able to participate in the spatial battle. Could he be a giant? If he could really obtain some inheritance, it would definitely bring great benefits to his strength. A few years ago, a Heaven's Chosen One from the Star Sky Academy was equivalent to the Saint rank trial participant of the Yunlo. He obtained an ancient divine weapon in the illusory spirit space, and his strength was extremely formidable. When combined with a heavenly weapon that was more convenient, even a Monic Emperor warrior wouldn't be a match for him. As for that man, if nothing goes wrong, the 4 academies competition will be a match for my brother in a few years' time. After hearing Mahiyu's words, Xiaoyan silently nodded his head. The ancient heavenly weapon obtained from illusory spirit space, even if it couldn't be compared to a high-ranked heavenly weapon, would still be extremely powerful. It could even challenge a Monic Emperor. In the entire Yunlo Academy, only Mahuyang and Lindao could be his match. Although Big Brother didn't obtain any great fortune in the illusory spirit space, Lindao did gain something from it. That Imperial Dragon Point Blue Spear was obtained in the illusory spirit space. Although it's only a low-grade heavenly weapon, it's much stronger than my Purple Spirit Sword. Even Big Brother's heavenly net sword is slightly weaker. Lindao. Upon hearing this name, Xiaoyan couldn't help but nod his head. Yuan Shenmu had also said that Lindao had entered the realm in Valley with him. In a few short years, Lindao was ranked second in the realm in Valley, second only to Mahuyang. It was likely that this heavenly weapon had contributed to this. Although the illusory spirit space is full of danger, it is also filled with many opportunities. Although the place where those demons gather is dangerous, it is very likely to be the place where an expert dies. If you are brave enough, you can make a trip there. If you succeed, your strength will be greatly enhanced. At this point, Mahiyu's eyes flashed with a trace of slyness as she looked at Xiaoyan and said with a smile. Xiaoyan helplessly shook his head. Although he was also tempted, no matter what, he should prioritize saving his life in the illusory spirit space. Those so-called powerful warriors must have their lives to enjoy. Do what you can, and stop when you see something good. These are the words that the elders will remind us every year. Although it doesn't sound comfortable, it's best to keep it in mind. After all, there are still many students who have died in illusory spirit space over the years. Mahiyu shrugged her shoulders and said. Xiaoyan sighed and nodded. No matter what, life was the most important. As for those ancient remains, it still depended on luck. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.